Jayson Stark manning the inside corner. It is so fitting that we get to talk to you today because you always have a way of putting greatness into perspective, and we need that today more than ever. Happy Friday. Good morning to you.
Too.
And you brought trivia. What do you have for us?
I did bring
today?
trivia.
Tell me.
Hey, I'm trying to be timely with this trivia.
Okay.
So with a little Shohei Ohtani.
Let's
Work
do
for
it.
you. Okay. Shohei is one of 5 players with at least 100 homers over the last 3 seasons at 2021 to 2023. I'm going to give you one of the answers. That Aaron Judge guy, obviously, one of the others. So you have to name the other 3 players with at least 100 homers over the last
And don't
3
Google
seasons.
it. Don't cheat.
No
You know
cheating.
What I mean? Okay,
We
do you come
hate
up with
cheating.
these, by the way? Do you know them, or do you research them for a week and then, do you know them off the top of your head?
Before I research the answer?
Okay,
I'm
answer's no.
close.
Okay, I mean, I know you're a
No.
genius, but hey,
It's
we
easier to
learned this
ask the
week.
questions than answer the questions.
We learned this week that Shohei is staying put, but you were ahead of the game and put him on 29 other teams. You created an alternate universe, is that?
Something I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
You know, I like watching Shohei do his thing yesterday. Is that like I don't even know how to comprehend.
Yeah, we always say that.
What this guy does, but it just got me to thinking. First off, I missed the Ohtani trade rumors already. I know he was never going to get traded anyway, but it was just cool to fantasize. And so I just started thinking, let's create this alternate universe where we imagine what would Shohei be if he played for the other 29 teams. And we found the answer.
Oh my gosh,
like
look
he
at this.
basically lead every team in everything.
Look at this, Jayson.
Wins above replacement, slugging, homers. Like, does any of this stuff matter? It seems like it would be helpful, right? And he would be close to leading in all of this stuff too. Triples and walks and runs and on base. So he's the best hitter on every team. But have you heard he also has this hobby where he throws one-hitters in his spare time? So he would also be just about the best pitcher on every team in baseball. Is this crazy?
Well, why do
It's
you think
crazy.
this hasn't happened before? Is it because he's that talented, or is it because baseball at the youth level is so competitive and this is a more difficult route, right? And that's a tougher route to go? I don't know.
You know, I've talked to teams about this.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. Other teams have drafted players and tried to make them two-way players. Here's the hard part. Either they're way more advanced as a pitcher than a hitter, or way more advanced as a hitter than a pitcher. And so you got a prospect, he's in the minor leagues, he's ready to pitch in the big leagues. Do you hold him back because he's not ready to hit?
It's interesting.
Shohei is the best hitter on the team and the best pitcher on the team. And let's just say this one more time. He's a real person.
Yeah.
Just one.
They were ready
One
at the
person.
same time. That's interesting. Both
Yeah.
skills. We watched your Phillies, Jayson. We went to Citizens
You did.
Park on Wednesday. We loved it. And we were talking about how Dave Dombrowski was probably lingering somewhere, right? Looking into his crystal ball and thinking, how can I make this team better? What do you think the answer to that question is?
Okay, well, you set that up just right because trade deadline season is Dave Dombrowski season.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, he's always going to make multiple moves this time of year if he can, and I think he will again. But I don't think you'll see him be as aggressive this year as he was last year. Last year, they traded 2 top 100 prospects, plus Mickey Moniak used to be the number 1, was once the first player picked in the draft.
He's been good for the Angels.
Teams that have talked to them say they just turned down any asks for their tier 1 prospects, Abel, Painter, Justin Crawford, not doing that. And that's because they're better. They're better. So they're going to get an arm, but Christopher Sanchez has been good. So I don't think you will see them empty the system for somebody like an Eduardo Rodriguez. If they're going to trade with the Tigers, this guy, Michael Lorenzen, makes a lot more sense. They're looking for depth, versatility. Here's a guy who could start, could relieve, could start a playoff game. This makes a lot more sense to me than overpaying for a top-of-the-rotation starter. Don't need that. And then their number 1 priority is corner, outfield, bat. There's been a lot of Cody Bellinger buzz. I don't see that either. They're thinking right-handed, not left-handed, even though he has hit left-handed pitchers really well this year. I would think more along the lines of somebody like this, Randall Grichuk. The price tag would be less. He can play the outfield, can play either corner, right? And he has crushed left-handers swinging the bat really well right now. I'm just throwing him out there as the name of a guy I could see fit. The Phillies, I think, are better than people think. They played like a 94-win team since the first week of May.
Keeping the farm system healthy while trying to win now is the most difficult decision, right? As we head into the deadline, it's 4 days away. We hear certain names, we hear them. Sal Perez has been one of those names. He going anywhere?
You know, it's interesting. I keep reading that the Royals have been telling teams Salvi is not available, and that's not exactly the sense I get. Okay. I think if you're a team that he wouldn't approve a trade to, they tell you he's not available. But I think he has reached the point where he would approve a trade to the right place. It's kind of what I'm hearing. So what is that place? The Padres would be one. That didn't go anywhere. But here's one. Doesn't this make sense? The Marlins? He's from South Florida. He lives there. He wouldn't approve this trade. He would. And the Marlins have gotten no production at all from their catchers. Look at that, Lauren. 5 home runs all year from their catchers. He had 6 in like a week and a half. So that just seems like an obvious fit. I don't get the sense there's any traction there. I'm just saying this is one that could make sense.